What's up, guys? It's Chris from Drones, Motorcycles, and Technology. So today I am changing the oil in my 2017 Gsx R1000R, and I'm going to show you just a few steps for those of you who don't know how to do it, who have never done it. This is my first time doing it on this particular motorcycle. I had a 2013 Gsx R1000, if you guys remember, and so I always change oil on that myself. And this shouldn't be too different from what I observe anyways. So let's get started. So I actually already got started a little bit. So what I did is the first step I did was take the Allen style bolt out of here, because you know all your fairings and everything are going to be with the Allen wrenches. I'm not sure which size Allen wrench. I just found one that fit. Usually your bike will come with a toolkit, but if it didn't, then just dig through your toolbox. You'll find one that fits. So anyways, yeah, we went ahead and took this one off, followed by this one, and followed by this one. And as you can see, there are these right here. And then what I went ahead and did is, you got to get down here and you got to pull these panels apart. So right here, got a mushroom style plastic clip. You got to pull that off, and then after you pull that off, you got to pull the plastic off. As you can see where the clips are. There's a clip here, and then there's a clip here, and then this here ties in with this as well. So I don't know. I'm always nervous when I pull plastic apart. I'm always afraid I'm going to break the clips off. So that's one of those things I took my time with it because I was afraid I was going to break stuff. There might be a special trick that I don't know, but it's just take your time, because you don't want to break these clips, because if you break these clips, I mean, that's it. I mean, a brand new fairing isn't cheap. I mean, you can get away with probably breaking the clips, and riding, you can probably figure something out, but that's not the point. You don't want to break those clips. So after you do that, you want to go ahead and start the bike up. Well, let me show you where the oil filter is located first. You can see where it's located down here. See? So you don't have to take the whole fairing off. You just got to be able to get to the oil filter. So that's what I did. So once you're there and you're at that step, you want to go ahead and turn on the motorcycle. You want to start it and warm it up so the oil's nice and warm when it comes out. So as you can see, I got just over 2,700 miles on it now. I did my first oil change at 600 miles. And for the 600-mile service, I brought it into the shop and had them do it, because they go over, a bunch of different things when they do it. So now what I'm doing is I'm doing the second service. Like I said, just under 2,700 miles. The owner's manual calls for you to go up to all the way to 4,000 before your second service, but I don't like doing that. Just my preference. And here we have the oil that I'm running. Mobil 1 Racing 4T, topped off with a K&N air filter, or I'm sorry, a K&N oil filter. And you can get the, if you want to know that part number, at least for K&N, it's 138. The actual stock part number, I will show you guys that when I pull the stock filter off. Otherwise, yeah, this is my M3. Let's get back to sidetracks. Anyways, I will pull that filter off and I'll show you guys the number. Although you guys can look that up in your owner's manual, but I'll show you anyways. Alright. So once the bike warms up, I'm hoping using 140, 150. I don't know. I like the hotter the better for me. Although it can scald you. That's the only problem. I like it pretty hot because it comes out nice, and you want to get a a nice, you want everything out when you put new oil in. So anyways, we'll continue to warm the bike up, and then I'm going to get set up and drain the oil. Alright guys, I'm back. I got it set up now. I have the where I'm going to drain the oil in the pan. I warmed up the bike to about 200 degrees. Like I said, personal preference. You don't have to go that high. It's just peace of mind, just warming up that oil, making sure it's nice and warm before it comes out. So, I mean, you don't have to go that hot. And even though I'm at 200 degrees, it's not going to scald you. You're going to have more issues with the pipe, with the, you know, the exhaust being hot. But I gave the exhaust a little time to warm, or I'm sorry, to cool down. So then what you're going to want to do is go to the right hand side of the bike now and get yourself a ratchet, 17 millimeter. Go down to where the oil plug is, and if you don't know where it's at, it's right there, guys. So go ahead and break that free. I already broke it free. So what I'm gonna do is just turn it. Like I said, this might get messy, so, you know, put some stuff down, put some towels, boxes, whatever, unless you like your garage all, I mean, unless you're perfect, but I know I'm not perfect. This shit's gonna go everywhere. And the fucking plug fell on the damn oil. Well, I normally catch it. That sucks. But I will dig for it later, I guess. So we got the oil coming out now. And you can notice it's a little black. Not bad, but it's time to change. So now we have all the oil removed. So what we need to do now is remove the oil filter. And I'll tell you right now, I already broke it loose. I used one of these, and even with one of these, man, they put that, the service department put that damn thing on tight. I mean, I'm telling you, it was a biatch. So be warned if you had your bike taken in for, just my experiences, because I've owned more than one motorcycle. Every time I take it to the every time I've had the first service, it seems like the oil filter is the tightest. So anyways, I would recommend getting the actual oil wrench designed for the Suzuki filter. Although the K&N has the, I guess it's the 17 millimeter nut or something like that. They have a ratchet for the, you know, the K&N one, but the stock one they don't. So taking the stock one off, it took me some time to break it free. So even this started slipping. So I put some tape in it. And what I've noticed is it's pretty tight in there. I think it's a little tighter than my 2013 was. And maybe that's just because this fairing, I didn't pull it off completely. But even if so, it was a little bit of a job. So I broke it free. So what I'm going to do now is pull it. You can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'll see. Well, you can see the oil filter here. I'll try and take a shot of me. I mean, this is self-explanatory here. I mean, it's just unscrewing it. I mean, anybody who's ever changed oil on anything knows that you just unscrew the filter. And see, now it's gonna make a mess. That's one thing. Yeah, see, it's gonna get all over your heads, or your exhaust manifold, and your header and stuff. So be pre-warned. You might want to clean that. I mean, obviously clean that up when you you know, when you get the bike all back together. So just, you know, here it is, and hopefully I don't drop it in the damn well, see, I'm holding the camera and doing this all at once, so So there she is, the stock Suzuki oil filter. I know I told you I was going to give you some, I know I told you guys I was going to give you some numbers off this, but oh, they're still there. I assume that the tape wore off. You can see where I had a little bit of a time pulling it off. But there's a part number for those that want to keep the stock setup. So for me, like I said, personal preference, I got the K&N, but you can't go wrong with stock. So I finally fished out the oil plug, and although I'm trying to focus in on it, you see that? That's a lot of metal shavings. Now, I guess this is to be expected with the brand new bike, although I had my first service at 600 miles. So imagine what this plug would have looked like at 600 miles, because I guess the first 600 miles are the you know, those are the crucial first miles of the bike. And so there's people out there that don't do the first service, and they just ride until 4,000 miles or whatever. And keep in mind, this is I mean, that ain't good. So, you know, that's why I'm saying, you know, when your bike is in the newer stages, the first, you know, so many miles, that's why I'm changing my oil sooner than the later, even though the owner's manual says I can go to 4,000 miles. I mean, I'm changing it here, you know, like I said, just over 1,700. And so what you want to do is, before you put this oil plug back in, you want to, you know, clean it up. So get all that crap off the magnet, you know, wipe it out, you know, however you want to get it out. Take another magnet, you know, stronger magnet, and pull that stuff out of there. Also, you'll notice the crush washer on this is crushed. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't get a new crush washer every time. In fact, on my 2013, I went maybe 10,000. So I went 10,000 miles with over 3 or 4 oil changes or something like that. Well, even on my 2013, I changed it every 2,000 miles. So yeah, so you know, I went what, 5 oil changes before not including obviously the first service, because I took that to the dealer. But so you're talking, you know, I went 5 oil changes with the same crush washer, and I didn't have any issues. And even on my 5th one, I was gonna continue, but I'm like, nah, I'll just get, you know, I ended up getting a whole new plug. You know, the plug came with the crush washer. So just keep in mind, you don't have to get a crush washer. Although there's people out there that will tell you, oh, don't do it, you know, don't put that plug back in without a new crush washer. Like, nah, you can do it. I mean, I like I said, I ran 5 oil changes and I never had any oil leaks. So I'm gonna go and clean this up, and then after I do that, we're gonna put the new oil filter on, and then go ahead and put the oil in and get everything put back together. All right. With the oil plug, as best as I can get it, and the K&N oil filter, what we're going to do now is install these two, put oil in the bike, put the bike back together, and then we're ready to go. Oil pressure is good. She seems to be running great, other than a little bit of oil spills when I was filling the oil up. You got to have a funnel for that. I'm telling you, the makeshift funnel doesn't always work. You'll end up with a bigger mess. And that's a DIY for an oil change, including the filter, on a 2017 Gsx R1000R. And I'm sure this is the same for the 2018 as well as the 19. So until next time, guys, take care, and please subscribe.